guys, it's Aimee. Welcome to Golf with Aimee Beginner Series golf lesson. Today we finally get to use the golf club. I would like you to prepare a 7-iron or something similar. Until we master the full swing, we'll be using just this one iron. So today I'm going to show you how to set up to the golf ball and also show you how to grip the golf club. Before we start learning to grip the golf club, let me show you how to set up to the golf ball. So the correct ball position for a 7-iron is either in the middle of the stance or half a ball left of the middle. And when you set the club down, we want the club face to be perpendicular to the target. If you look at the club face, there's this spot in the middle called the sweet spot. We want to hit the ball off the sweet spot so it goes long and straight. If you set up closed like this or to opened, then most likely you're going to miss the sweet spot. So you really want to make sure you line up to the sweet spot, square to the target. After you put the club down, you want to check the butt end of the club. You want this butt end to be pointing maybe half an inch left of your belly button, like so. If your club is set too perpendicular to the ground, the butt end of the club is going to be pointing right of your belly button and your setup's gonna look kind of awkward like this. Or I don't want you to press forward too much like the kind of old school style, the classical 80s style, which is press forward, pointing at the left hip bone. We don't want that either because I'm going to be showing you the modern grip. So we really want to start half an inch left of the belly button. Okay, so if you understand how to set up the club, now let's go into the grip. So if you look at the butt end of the club, let's pretend this is a clock. So it goes 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 9 o'clock. And if you look at your left hand, the joint here in your pinky goes to 7 o'clock, and there's a ball of the palm, and just inside of the ball of the palm is 12 o'clock. So you're gonna press down with the 12 o'clock, 7 o'clock, with the pinky joint. And when you do this, you don't want to put pressure into the thumb and press down like this. I don't want that thumb straight down on the grip. It needs to be relaxed and pointing ever so slightly to the left. I don't want it completely off the grip though. I want it on the grip, just pointing slightly left. Because we're not putting too much pressure with the thumb, you should be able to take your thumb off and your index off and be able to bounce the club up and down. And you should be feeling the inside the ball at 12 o'clock. And now the right hand, two joints here on the right hand is gonna go on 6 o'clock. And you can do either one of the two. You can do interlock or overlap. Usually juniors or ladies with smaller hands tend to prefer the interlock because it secures the right hand a little bit better with less effort. For me, when I started as a kid, I actually had trouble with my joint, pinky joint. It was hurting too much, so I was kind of forced to do the overlap. So interlock goes like this. You lift your left index and your right pinky and you interlace them this way. That's the interlock. For the overlap, stick out your index knuckle a little bit so there's a slight gap. See how it sticks out a little bit? And then you're going to place your pinky in that little gap. That's overlap. You can just go back and forth and just experiment, and you just gotta pick something that's more comfortable. The right index and the thumb is the most important fingers to complete the grip. So you want to make sure you make a V with the right two fingers, and you want to hold these two pretty tight. That way you're able to relax the right shoulder and the elbow. And plus, if you hold these two really tight, the club won't be moving around in your hand.
Most important part of the grip is that both hands need to feel connected. If you look at the right hand, the spot between the two pads needs to push against the left thumb. Hands pushing against each other should be a lot stronger as opposed to the fingers gripping onto the club.
Let's go ahead and set up to the golf ball again. So as a beginner, it's actually really hard to find how far away to stand away from the golf ball. That's perfectly normal. Once you get used to your setup angles and the grip, it should become a lot easier. So I wouldn't really stress out about that, okay? Let me show you a checkpoint though. So let's go ahead and take your setup. Remember how to do that, right? And you're going to dangle your arms down. See how your arms are perpendicular to the ground? From that position, you want to make sure your hand goes right there in front of where your hands were dropped, and grip right in that position. So the last step to complete this whole process is to check your arm. So we're gonna set up to the golf ball. Your golf ball is right at the sweet spot, club face is square to the target, and the butt end is pointing half an inch left of the belly button, and 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock, make a V. And then if you look close, the left palm is pressing down, which makes the left arm straighten without any pressure in the arm. I don't want you to straighten the arm by putting pressure in your muscles. You're just pressing down on the palm. The 3 fingers on the left and the palm pressing down are 2 completely different pressure. I want you to focus more on pressing down on the grip as opposed to holding it tight. If you hold the 3 fingers too tight, you will have trouble relaxing your left arm, which is going to interfere with your golf swing. So your left 3 fingers are going to have maybe 30 to 20%, just enough to make the shape grip like this and not lose the club. Boom. So I really barely have any pressure there. The right hand, 6 o'clock, make a V. Just make sure the V is pointing at your right shoulder. And then from this position, you want to drop the right arm and really relax the whole entire thing. I don't want your elbow sticking out this way. The elbow should point at your right pocket. So it looks like this. So today I showed you how to grip the club in detail. This is because if you have correct grip, then you're able to relax your arms throughout the swing. But if your fingers have wrong pressure in them, it's really hard to relax your arms. So at first, it might be really hard to control your own fingers. It'll be a good opportunity to learn body control. And plus, since you're a beginner, it'll be awesome to start off with the right grip and right pressure in your arms. I hope you're able to follow along. In the next lesson, I'm going to finally show you how to hit the golf ball. So tune in, and I'll see you guys in the next lesson.